This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. This episode of Harry Potter and the Boys is brought to you by Radio Mike on Patreon and the 20th Century Boy podcast. Head to patreon.com/Radio Mike and for as little as $1 a month, get a bonus podcast every week. And search 20th Century Boy on your favorite podcast app to hear more from me every week. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 2 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys Book 2, Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike, and of course Sammy Garlepp is back. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me. I've decided if you could just text me, if you text me when you start the introduction of the podcast,
yeah,
and that's
you'll
when
get
I'll
a
leave
coffee.
That's when I'll leave my house. I'll leave my house to get here.
It is a bit of a mouthful, but do you have a better way of doing it? It's hard.
No, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll
but I do want to do the podcast.
Next week. I'll start the intro. You can be in another room.
Yeah,
and
sweet.
Then, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Hey, thanks for being back. Last week was awesome.
It was great. It was really great. Again, I don't really remember what happens week to week, but
yeah. Well, it ended with a signing of breasts, which we all love. Everyone loves a sign of the breast. And as I said, I'm going to extend it not only at a live show, but I will do free boob signings anywhere.
Oh, anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere.
Great. So I'm sure everyone's thrilled to hear that. I think what you should do...
Guys, form a line. Yeah.
And this wouldn't be weird. I think this is pretty normal. You should just maybe walk around with a cardboard sign.
A T-shirt that just says free boob
signings. Free boob signing. I'll just go up to anyone you see. Yeah. Hey, would you like me to sign your boobs?
No. You sure it's free?
Yeah, it's free.
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
Yeah. I can't go past a deal. You can't. And that wouldn't be weird.
Hey, we always kind of do 5 to 10 minutes at the top of the show, just chatting anything Harry Potter related. And I noticed you've got Cursed Child written down.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that either means you saw the play or you've had a child and it's driving you crazy.
And they're cursed. I'm like, this kid, like,
it's not quite right.
Because kids, I feel like, aren't they meant to like walk around, run around, laugh, whatever? Yeah. This baby is just being born and it's just like lying there, vomiting, crying.
Sounds like a character out of Harry
Potter.
Shitting.
I'm like, surely they're meant to just like walk,
be cute, shut up.
Doesn't seem to understand anything I say.
Yeah, okay. That's cursed.
Yeah, cursed.
No, but you saw the play.
No.
You did.
So I saw the Cursed Child and I had to write it down in case I forgot that I saw it.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I finally saw the Cursed Child.
Now, did you see the 2-part version? Because they are about to condense it into a 1-part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, got in for the 2-parter.
Yep.
And can I say, a bit long.
It is pretty long. Now, did you see it over 2 days or in 1 day?
No, 1 day. I think 2 days. I think 2 days is for suckers.
I did it over 2 days. Am I a sucker?
And yes, you're a sucker and you're a quitter and you're a weakling.
And because
if you don't think you can handle it in 1 day, you're weak.
Are you?
Yeah.
I just appreciated, 2 nights filled in, go into the city, see Harry Potter.
Traveling into the city 2 nights in a row is a night. Doing it 1 night is a nightmare.
Did you notice that Imogen Heap, who is the singer of...
So you just saw me go blank, so you're about to explain. Oh my God, what the hell are you talking about?
You know the song Hide and Seek? Hide and seek, trains and sewing machines. Do you know that song?
Nah.
You so know it.
I do. I usually...
Hide and seek, they were here. What you say? You know that song.
Oh, sorry. Is that the song?
Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What you say?
Yeah.
Oh, and
I'll turn about what you say. Yeah, so that song.
Yeah, I've seen the OC. Yeah.
Okay, Imogen Heap.
Sorry,
Imogen Heap did all the music for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Yes,
and
okay.
At one point, you can actually hear the lyrics to Hide and Seek on stage.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah,
part.
I did, and I was like, "What the heck? What's this all about?"
Yeah, because whenever I hear that, I get thrown back to like Marissa from the OC shooting her boyfriend.
Oh, spoiler alert! I haven't seen it yet.
End of season 2.
I
or
know.
3.
Marissa dies at the end, doesn't she?
Yeah, end of season 4, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Misha Barton's character,
spoiler
right?
for you. Another spoiler.
I already knew it. Yeah, okay. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so...
What do you think?
God, okay. It was good. No, sorry, it's great. Dementors, really scary. Love that.
Amazing. Yeah, on stage, like stagecraft, phenomenal. Would you agree?
Yes.
And I did a full review on this podcast feed. Scroll down.
I was genuinely scared. I can see why they are condensing it.
Yeah.
I've got to say.
Lots of filler.
There was one particular scene where the boys that had gone back in time with the time turner, they came back to school and McGonagall is telling them how that was really naughty.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just in the room going, you shouldn't have gone back in time. They're like, yeah, it was bad. She goes, do you have any idea how bad it is going back in time? They're like, yeah, we do now. Because lots of bad things can happen if you go back in time. And they're like, oh, we realize that now. And she goes, you have any idea? All these people, the lives could have changed. Yeah, we just explored how their lives would have been. And then it just went on and on and on. I'm like,
sounds like my book.
Change the fucking scene.
Yeah, okay.
The other thing is,
yeah,
this character over every medium I see, I don't know why there's been so many issues with it. And it's the character of Ginny Weasley. I feel like in the books, I liked her.
Yeah. Great character in the books.
Great character in the books.
In the movies?
Big no-no from me.
Nothing against Bonnie Wright.
No, it's just, there was just, well...
well, I
don't say nothing against her, but...
I actually, I just rewatched a couple weeks ago Half-Blood Prince, the movie, and I gotta say... The chemistry between Harry and Ginny and that is so forced.
There is no chemistry.
There's no
chemistry.
Yeah.
They both just...
Sort of like me at high school. No chemistry. No science at all. Except unless you count psychology.
No one ever does. It's a pseudoscience. You think you can fix my brain with some words?
But then, yeah, Ginny, terrible script, terrible... Yeah, didn't like it at all.
Ginny in the movies, no. But I thought that maybe that's to do with, the no chemistry between the actors or whatever. Then they go to the Cursed Child and Ginny was the most annoying character in the play. I couldn't believe it. And that's nothing against...
I agree.
Yeah. And that's nothing against the actor because it seems like that's some directorial choices and in the script as well that made her the most annoying character ever. Every scene, what did you think she did in every scene?
Complained,
whinged, but yelling.
Yes.
The character of Ginny in The Cursed Child is always shouting at the top of her lungs, shrieking. And I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, the actor's probably doing it perfectly as they're told to.
Directed, yeah.
But I'm like, why are they doing that? Shouting.
And what I found as well is
it hurt my ears.
Yeah, I bet it did. Ginny had to be a main character in that. Even though she'd never really been a main character in the books, but she just had to because she was married to Harry and it's about Harry's kids. So, But yeah, I agree. I didn't like that. But what did you think?
If I'd rewritten The Cursed Child, I would have started it with like Ginny's funeral or something like that. and then you just wipe your hands of that.
Yeah.
And great, move on.
That's that. Wow. Okay.
Or Harry's remarried to Parvati.
Which would have been good.
Which would have been really good.
Parvati, yeah, okay.
But overall, I thought it was good. But the main part that annoyed me with Ginny was when there was this big press conference and they've got the Minister of Magic. Is that Hermione?
Yeah, Hermione was the Minister.
Hermione's the Minister of Magic. And then with Harry, who's the head aura or whatever.
Yeah.
So a very official government press conference. And they're talking about the Time Turners getting released and, and maybe Harry's son. And Harry's like, yes, and maybe, look, I hope that my son had nothing to do with it. And then in the middle of this press conference, all the press is there. Then he says, my son. And Ginny just goes, ow! "Oh, son," and marches up the steps on into the middle of the press conference. I'm like, you cannot do that.
That's making the front page of the Prophet.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
it sure is.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like if our prime minister and of the country
Yeah.
and the head police commissioner
Yeah.
were having a press conference, and then they're
Jenny, Scott Morrison's wife.
yeah, just screamed out in the middle of the press conference and then joined the press conference.
Yeah.
No, you're not. That's not
It's
a
not,
thing.
yeah, no, I completely agree.
Have some decorum, please.
Interesting. So what did you think of Voldemort having a daughter? Spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
I didn't like that at all.
that was really weird. Because who did he?
Bellatrix was the mum.
Because
Yeah.
when did they conceive this child? I don't
Yeah.
like that. Like
People have gone into the Deathly Hallows book, and apparently at one point it describes Bellatrix looking at Voldemort as if like a lover, and people are saying that's evidence for the fact that they had had the baby by then or something. But I think it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. And I don't think. I just feel like in that form when he's come back.
I said this in the review. There's no DNA in that cum, if there is cum. I'm sorry, just to put it bluntly. He's shooting blanks if he's shooting at all.
Oh yeah, he's not. I just thought he'd all be smooth down there like a Ken doll.
Voldemort's got a Ken.
Like, he doesn't have a nose. What's the chance of having a penis?
Penis, yeah. Anyway.
So
okay, so I gotta say, stagecraft, phenomenal story.
yeah, sorry. Overall, loved it.
Yeah, cool. Who'd you see it with?
The GF.
Ah, cool. The grand final.
The grand final. Grand final girlfriend.
And speaking of grand finals, hopefully we're near the grand final of this podcast. But hey, I want to do no, I might save it till next week, my new segment that I want to do. But
sorry.
No, that's okay, because I think we've got a good amount of build up. But do we have another Sammy spell this week? Do we have a Sammy spell?
We do have a Sammy spell.
So Sammy spell, play the intro here. Sammy's spells. This is where Sam creates a new spell based on things he thinks are missing from society.
Again, I didn't agree to that name. I thought it was inventing incantations, so... And I definitely didn't make you just make the opener for it.
What's this week's spell?
Okay. I haven't thought of the Latin again. Again, I keep on not thinking of the Latin for it.
That's okay.
But this one, I'm calling the Freaky Friday spell.
Ooh, okay.
So...
Freakus Fridelius.
I like this. A bit of a collaborative. You come up with the fake Latin.
The Latin, yeah. Okay, Freakus Fridelius.
Well, so we've seen this in many movies and texts of when...
Example, Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. Where two people swap bodies
Yeah.
for a day for some reason. But we haven't seen this in the Harry Potter world.
Yeah, I guess we have Polyjuice Potion, not the same thing.
But that's more deliberate.
Yeah.
I think there should be a spell for this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, say you're sitting there and you're thinking, hey, here's two of my friends or family members, whatever, and I think they both need to learn a lesson. And the only way they can learn a lesson is probably for them to swap bodies.
Yeah, right.
Would
they
you
can
say
learn. Surely it's illegal. It would be an
dark
illegal
magic,
spell.
maybe.
Yeah, because when you think about it, you know, if you go into someone else's body and then go and do a bunch of stuff in their body, they're not really consenting to that. So I'd say it's an illegal spell.
Yeah, but the thing is, the
it's just a
spell
bit of
has
fun.
to be. It's a bit of fun.
It's just a
and you
fun
learn.
spell.
I mean, nothing ever goes wrong in the movies.
Yeah, that's at the meeting of magical law enforcement. Like, hey guys, do you reckon this one illegal or just a bit of fun?
But it has to be There has to be a third party doing the spell. Like, I can't be like Freakus Fridelius to me and you, and we swap bodies.
But that's even worse, because then anyone can just go up to two people and be like, Freakus Fridelius. Like, can you reverse it?
Well, you only reverse it when you learn the lesson. Or learn to, like, love yourself or whatever. What happens at the end of those movies?
Okay, yeah.
I just think,
interesting.
Sometimes people, you don't know until you walk a mile in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
And
I just think you're forcing people to do something that could be really traumatic. Like swapping bodies. I'd be traumatized if I suddenly was forced to swap bodies.
If you had to, like, what if you had to swap bodies with, like, your, I don't know, belligerent uncle at, like, a family Christmas who maybe has some radical old views of...
Well,
and then you just and then he had to swap into your shoes, and then you, I don't know, learn.
okay. I get the spell.
I don't know why I'm still talking about it. It's just an idea.
All right. Speaking of Freaky Friday, it's time for the next chapter.
Can we swap conversations with a better podcast?
We ended chapter 2, which was chapter 2, the chapter that just sets the book up a bit. We now move on to chapter 3 of Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament.
Probably my favourite ending to a chapter, and I've done a lot.
I think the other one that stands out in my mind was the one where Harry Potter says, "Attention all students and some of the centaurs. Derek is a disgrace to all wizard." And then it says, "A centaur outside the window did a thumbs up." I think that was
that was really good.
But yeah, signing boobs, really funny.
They're the top two. Oh, for sure.
We now move on to chapter 3, and Sam, as always, we start by reading the name of the chapter. And chapter 3 is...
Chapter 3, Poo Powder. I like it already.
We had to go there.
Like Floo Powder.
Floo Powder, yeah.
You've really...
There's a poo pun for everything in Harry Potter.
I did, and I said this as before we started recording, that it's actually, the writing's getting better, which is annoying. It's getting slightly better.
Well, we did think the last week's Nutty Professor 3 repeats was pretty clever.
Threes. Yeah. Someone's been reading up on the comedic shit. Fuck.
Can I ask?
I'm untrained.
Just before we start, what does your girlfriend think of you doing this podcast?
She thinks.
Does she listen?
No, but she does like Harry Potter.
Okay, get her onto it.
Yeah,
she might like it.
I think it's hard to explain when we were last night. We were out with her friends.
Yeah,
and I'd gone to the footy, and then we're going to karaoke, and I was like, I wanted to save my voice.
Yeah.
Because I've got a bit of a hoarse
thing
going on anyway. And her saying to her friends before I arrived, "Oh, Sam's got to save his voice. He's doing a podcast tomorrow." Oh, what is it? Oh, it's like a Harry Potter. Like her explaining it to her. I think she's fine when I talk about it.
Yeah.
And then she is trying to explain to her friends what I'm doing the next day.
And what were the friends like? Cool.
Yeah.
Sam. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Then I explain like what a cool guy you are.
Oh, thanks, man. Works on the 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Poo Powder. What I love about this is, Floo Powder has existed for centuries in the wizarding world.
Oh, if not more.
Yeah, we've got to ask ourselves, did Poo Powder always exist alongside it? Or is it at some point someone's like, "Hey, I hate Floo. I've found a way to make Poo Powder."
Yeah. Or if it was always they're like, "Oh, why would you?" And some people are still using Poo Powder. They're like, "Hey, you can do one that doesn't smell like poo."
It's like people who drive manual cars. Yeah. It's like, there's automatic now. Get over yourself.
Exactly.
Why do more work than you need to?
And when people are like, "Oh, well,
you don't actually know how to drive a car unless you drive stick."
I'm like, well, you use headlights in your car, not just 2 candles at the front, do you? So, I mean, we've evolved. Like, you don't just have like an old guy in a top hat holding a lantern sitting on their bonnet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still got horses pulling his car. All right, so chapter 3, Poo Powder.
Okay, I'll start.
Love this.
The boys were disappointed and deflated. It was the last day of summer holidays, and they were going to have to head back to school tomorrow.
Okay.
"I'm so disappointed and deflated," said Tom. And then
Harry was feeling sad. I'm so sad.
And the narrator, "See, I told you they were disappointed and deflated."
Just in case you didn't believe me, here's evidence.
Because sometimes we don't believe the narrator.
Yeah.
"I'm disappointed, but I'm not deflated," said Sam.
So the narrator was lying. They weren't all disappointed and deflated.
If you can be disappointed, and not deflated. Yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah. Because deflated, I feel like is posture, you're deflated.
Yeah,
disappointed, I'm just like...
Yeah, and especially if I was disappointed that you'd done something, if I was disappointed in you, I wouldn't be deflated because I'd be like, ugh.
But I might be deflated because I'm ashamed.
Yeah, but I'd be like, "Mike, you wrote another shit fucking
chapter
about poo." But, it's not my life.
Yeah, no, it's my life.
Well, it is my life now, isn't it? The next 4 weeks.
Oh, God, you're counting down the days.
Oh, shivers. Okay. Sam slapped himself in the face and tripped over as a punishment for defying the narrator's instructions.
Wow, it's a communist narrator. He just punishes you if you disobey.
Yeah, because does the narrator then get to decide? I think we've discussed this before. With
Is
the narrator observing the story that's happening or controlling the story that's happening?
Yeah, or telling it after it happened, which I guess, no, he's not doing that. But yeah, is he controlling it or observing it? We don't know.
We don't know. The boys knew they had to travel to Diagon Alley to purchase all of their books and equipment for the second year. A letter had been sent from them all from Hogwarts.
I think it should be to them all.
To them all from Hogwarts to inform them of all the things they would need this year.
Oh, this was really funny last year.
And
all
now,
the books.
oh yeah, so now this is the letter. It's in bold. Dear student, we are happy to welcome you back to Hogwarts for a second year. Please see enclosed a list of things to bring this year. Also, it isn't on the list, but I would love if you brought some king-sized Mars bars from the shops if you're around. From your headmaster, Harry Potter. It's not on that list, but I would love a little treat.
I actually remember
treaty.
once when I first started working on Willosophy, the podcast with Will Anderson, we used to record at his house when he lived in Melbourne.
Yep.
And one morning, I'll never forget it, Will sent me a text when I was on the way to his house. He's like, hey man, can you pick some milk up before? And I didn't know Will that well at this point. So I was just like, I didn't know if he was joking. So I was just like, yeah, okay. And I just went to get milk for him. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I guess that just happened.
As you were walking in and you were knocking on the door and you're holding a 2-litre thing
Yeah,
of
2 litre milk,
Paul's,
$4 or so.
Yeah. Were you just thinking, fuck, I hope this wasn't a joke?
Yeah.
Like,
it must look so
if this was a joke,
stupid.
then he'd be like, then you'd open it and go, oh my God, you actually got the milk. And you'd be like, oh, actually, I actually wanted some milk. Anyway, so it actually worked out. Like I was gonna, if you didn't want it, I was just gonna have it because I was gonna. So and then you would probably sit there just sipping milk for 2 hours
to make me feel better.
Trying to show to Will Anderson that you actually wanted the milk yourself.
I just swear I wanted the milk. It's fine.
So you'll be downing 2 liters of milk while in the middle of.
Well, yeah, I love that Harry Potter
funny.
is asking students for king-size Mars bars. Now, Dumbledore did have a thing for Muggle sweets. Remember?
Yeah.
So maybe Harry's
Lemon
adapted
sherbet?
that. Sherbet lemon, I think, or maybe lemon sherbet.
Well, I think the password was sherbet lemon.
Sherbet lemon.
Is that how they did it?
That's McGonagall.
Oh,
Sherbet lemon.
You know what? That's I feel like you've done better impressions before.
Okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough criticism. So Harry's asking for Mars. You do McGonagall then, saying sherbet lemon. Sherbet lemon.
I really shouldn't have done. I need to think of something else she says.
Yeah.
What else does she say?
I trust you don't.
why is your McGonagall Italian? That's what I'm
you
getting.
don't need one to find your seats.
It's hard.
I trust you don't.
Sherbet. No, it's really hard.
That was better than mine. That was better than mine though.
It's really hard.
Sherbet lemon. I think that was my best.
Yeah, but yours is like an Italian Australian, which is what
sherbet
you are.
lemon.
You're Italian Australian. So anyway,
I'm just doing my normal accent, I guess.
Students will. No, okay, I can't do it. Okay, this is still a letter from Harry Potter, who's going to have. I mean, if they all bring a king-size Mars bar, he's going to have enough for the whole year.
Yeah,
so
that's good for him.
Very smart.
King size as well, not even fun size.
P.S. I am no longer head of giving head.
Which was
his
a
other
funny
role.
moment from the first book in which Harry Potter is head of giving head.
Yes, he's the headmaster and the head of giving head.
Which we don't know if that's a magical term different to the Muggle version of giving head. It could be something else there.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Professor Seamus Finnegan has taken over that role, sadly. I didn't have time to do it any longer, but can still offer advice in that area if required. Except Seamus would be the better person to go to.
And I hate the idea of all of the of-age students going to Professor Finnegan, hey, sir, I'd just love some advice on giving head. Oh, yes, of course. Come on in. Like, I hate that idea. Hate that.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
That's what it... What's the spell he uses to explode his face in the...
Eye of rabbit, huff from hum, hair from hum, turn this water into rum.
Turn this water into rum. Eye of rabbit...
Hair from home.
So, if you want to give head.
Get in my bed.
Get in my bed. Turn this water into cum. Oh shit!
God.
Sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry.
It's sad for Harry.
Yeah.
Why did he have to give it up?
Yeah, I know. He just didn't have the time.
Yeah, just ran out of time.
PPS. I will literally give 1,000 house points to whichever student brings me a king-size Mars bar at the start of the year. Just saying. I love that he's completely corrupting the points, which is what
bribery essentially.
But so was Dumbledore. He was.
Yeah, right. He did a lot of shifty stuff with the house points.
I've thought of this before. This is me sounding like Harold's dad pretending to think of the Nutty Professor a few years before it was written. But there was a TikTok, and I have thought of this, but there was a guy did a TikTok about a POV of a Slytherin in the first year. When they're like,
I've seen
Slytherin.
this.
And they're like, oh my God, we won. Oh, that's so good. Congrats. Well done. Oh,
like, we worked hard. We got the points. We won Quidditch.
You got those points from Quidditch.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yay. And then there's like, Dumbledore's still speaking. Oh, and 50 points to Gryffindor. Now, what?
What? Hang on.
Isn't it? Wait, didn't they?
He announced the winner.
He announced it. And 50, another 50 points?
What? That's a lot of points.
Yeah, we got like 10 points.
Yeah.
Like winning the Quidditch tournament.
Yeah.
And 60 points?
Of course, fucking
Harry Potter.
60. Well, at least we're equal, so we still kind of win.
Yeah. 10 points to Neville Longbottom.
Neville, the idiotus.
What? So they used magic they stayed up late and used magic in the common room.
They broke heaps of rules, murdered a teacher, and they're getting rewarded for it. No
now
wonder Malfoy
Gryffindor's-
wanted to kill Dumbledore in the sixth book.
Yeah.
No,
just unfair on the Slytherin house.
You know what else I thought about that just now? Because I'm pretty sure the points you get in a Quidditch match go to your house points, right?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. And then at the end of the first Harry Potter book, the points are like, over a whole year, Slytherin's got like 360 points.
Yeah.
So it's like, how did you, some teachers are giving 20 points, some are must be giving 1 or half a point to get it to that low.
Yeah, well, it would be like, I mean, look, Hogwarts, yes, it's a prestigious school, but like anything else, it's just full of regular people.
Yeah.
Who the teachers were forgetting. They're like, oh, the freaking house. Like, you'd forget for a few weeks. Like, oh, the house fucking up. I'm focusing on teaching my subjects.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not focusing on.
I don't care.
I guess I'll give out a few points this week. And one teacher will be giving out 5s and 1s, and someone else is giving out 20.
Yeah. Guys, can you pick up a couple bits of rubbish? Good. 5 points, Hufflepuff.
Yeah, great.
There was a teacher at our school. Did you go to the junior school as well, or just the senior school?
Just for the last couple of years.
Yeah, same. And there was a teacher there who would generally it was 10 or 20 house points, but this teacher would always be like, you can have 2 house points for that. 2 house points.
Yes.
What am I going to do with that?
And did you have to go we had to go self-report them, or how?
It was a self-report. Yeah, it was very, very bogus.
It wasn't worth it.
Wasn't worth the trouble.
I don't think I got any points at our school.
Yeah. Anyway, where are we at? The Mars bars.
Okay, the Mars bars. I said Mars bars, but the Mars bars. I mean, okay. The boys continued reading on to see the list of books they needed, and there were a few notable surprises.
Okay.
And it goes on, this is the list. Second year students will require 1. The Standard Book of Spells, Grade 2.
Makes sense.
2. Magical Theory of the Ages.
I guess that makes sense.
Yep. 3. A History of Song, 3rd edition.
What's a history of song? Okay, chapter 1, Mozart. Chapter 2, the Beatles. Chapter 3, Post Malone.
Yeah.
Oh. History of song, guys. There you go.
Tick.
Let it be Beethoven's Fifth and Wet Ass Pussy.
Yeah.
History of song.
Speaking of, sorry, and I mentioned I went to this karaoke thing last night.
Yeah.
So funny. A girl there who was good, but like second song, she's like, Wet Ass Pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to get up too much to do songs. Anyway, she made me not self-conscious at all, because then later in the night, she has put Wet Ass Pussy on again. And I'm like, this is the exact same song to the exact same audience. The same 12 of us were in the room the whole time.
Why do you think we want
And she's
this?
doing it again.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Karaoke's always a bit like that.
It was so funny. It's the exact same song.
It's actually when you realize...
No one asked for it.
Yeah. Karaoke is always when you realize how few songs you actually know.
Yeah.
So you're like, I guess we're doing Beds Are Burning by Midnight Oil again.
Is that one of your... That can't be a go-to.
That's one of my go-to karaoke songs. Why don't we sleep while our beds are burning? Great song.
I know the song.
Great.
It is a good song. But it's just
it's not a hype-up karaoke song, isn't it?
Anyway. The fourth book they need to get is The Book for Second Years. I mean... maybe it's a guide on the year.
What's it about?
No idea.
What's it about?
You read that book to know what books you need.
Oh, God.
5. Transfiguration is boring. A step-by-step guide. That would suck if you were the teacher for Transfiguration. You put your career into that, and the textbook's even called Transfiguration.
Professor McGonagall. Now open your books. Transfiguration is boring. Sherbet lemon.
Students who defy the Transfiguration. Potter. No, that's not it either.
Potter?
It's really hard.
Yeah, someone send in 1-800-438-353. Record your McGonagall impression.
Please, because we are really bad at it.
We're struggling, yeah. Lucky she's not in the book. She's probably dead in this.
Yeah. You probably didn't write her into the book because you're like, I will not be able to do an impression. Yeah, if I do a podcast in 10 years,
no, more than 10 years.
Okay, the 6th book. Let's make some potions and other things you'll never say when you leave school.
So... Potions feels like what maths is at high school. It's like the when will I ever use this subject?
Yeah. Because you're just adding things. It's really, Even Snape's, I think it says in like the first book, you might think this isn't really magic, but it is.
Yeah.
I can teach you to bottle this and stopper this.
Technically though, a muggle could do potions. If they had the ingredients.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But it's still magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
No more plants. A guide to herbology.
What? Also, herbology's another weird subject because it's like a lot of Hogwarts subjects are weird because herbology is like studying gardening at high school.
Well, yeah, which is strange, but also I guess practical. Like or woodwork. We do woodwork.
Yeah, design tech. Yeah, stuff like that. That's true, actually. And I guess you need to know what to do if there's a mandrake in your garden.
Yeah, and because gardens are more dangerous with magic gardens.
Yeah, and I guess that's why there's care of magical creatures as well. Like we wouldn't ever at school be like, "Hey guys, today we're learning about lions. Here's a lion.
He's a big lion.
Just bow to it before you go up to it."
It's
a respect thing with lions.
Yeah. 8. Defense against the dark farts/arts for the advanced idiot and or idiots. Okay, so 2 people reading the book.
Yeah.
9. Jack and Jill and other nursery rhymes.
All right, guys, it's time for nursery rhyme class. Open up to Humpty Dumpty, please. Okay. Where did Humpty Dumpty sit, guys? On a wall. That's right. Next.
We had a big fall. Oh, God.
You know what I remember hearing recently? At no point in the Humpty Dumpty rhyme, do you know what I'm about to say?
Yes.
Do they mention that he's an egg?
No.
It's just assumed.
Yeah.
He was a person, just like you and me.
Well, all the kings couldn't put Humpty together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not an egg.
Ricky Gervais does a really good bit on Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, okay.
Really good bit.
Well,
and I won't repeat it now.
I think he's got a podcast, so
don't listen to that. Okay. Wait a second, said Michael. Why is there a book called The History of Song? What does that have to do with magic? Uh-oh, said Lachy. What? Said Rob. There's only one teacher I know that has anything to do with song. Mr. Charger, said Lachy. Oh.
And you wouldn't think he'd be coming back after last year, would you?
Well, no. I mean, although he didn't get fired, did he? Did he get fired?
Well, you assume he did.
Dead?
He murdered Ron Weasley.
Oh,
yeah. He's going to come walking back into the school.
The contract actually didn't say no murdering.
Yeah, but come on, Mr. Chunder, it's implied. Well, I'll get my lawyers.
Like, I mean, technically it was, if you don't perform, but all my students actually got really good marks. Yeah, I murdered one of the other teachers, but whoever he was.
Can you afford another teacher anyway? I'm doing you a deal, Harry.
There's a bit of a shortage. Not many magical people are studying to be teachers because there's like one school in the continent.
And so many teachers die at Hogwarts. Why would anyone want to teach there?
They keep dying because you keep killing them. Just stop doing that.
Oh, they were dying long before I got here, Harry.
Well, there's no way he'll be there. It's probably a mistake left over from last year, said Michael. Now let's get over to Diagon Alley. Floo or Poo, said Luke.
Which does confirm that both exist.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and they know about both.
Obviously, one of the main ways for wizards to travel is using the fireplace network that can be activated by Floo Powder.
Can I just pause for 1 sec? I just realised, and this might fit in, the new segment I'm doing, which I'll start next week, is Harry Water, which is things in Harry Potter that make me go, what? And I just realised, why should Floo Powder even exist if people can apparate?
Well, it's hard to apparate.
But surely, like, Floo Powder's not. Well, is Floo Powder just easy?
Well, like...
And also, yeah, that's true. Apparation, you can hurt yourself really bad.
You can splinch yourself.
Kids can splinch themselves, so you can't do it easily with kids. Yeah, okay, all right. Harry,
although, you can just hold hands with, like, an adult or something.
But if you hold hands with an adult, you can still get splinched.
And you can still splinch.
Yeah.
Imagine splinching your kid.
Oh,
uh-oh. Don't want to do that.
No, you wouldn't want to splinch your kid.
And then because then you'd rock, and then because you'd be rocking, like, you'd be rocking up to the exact place you need to go. Like, you're going to meet up with your friends at a cafe with your kid, and then you then you apparate.
Infant child.
Then you apparate there, and then you're holding hands. You apparate straight into the cafe. Your friends, and then you just got you've just splinched your kid in half.
Kid's covered in blood, like half a human. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just gonna rag. That'd be awkward.
Yeah, that'd be very awkward. You'd need a awkwardest revelio or whatever it's called from last week. Yeah,
really good spell.
You might do a freakus Frodeus if you wanted to teach someone a lesson about apparition as well. So they are practical spells. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, because a kid would be like, well, why can't you teach me to apparate? Or like, why can't we just apparate everywhere? And then they switch Freakius Fidelis, and then the kid learns.
Understands the lesson.
After they splinch someone.
I like that.
All right. So, one of the main ways to travel is using the fireplace network that can be activated by Floo Powder. But over the years, the fireplace network became too crowded with more wizards being born.
Okay.
So often you would be waiting in traffic while going through chimneys.
You're just hurtling through the fireplace network, and it's like, boom. Oh, sorry, mate. It's clogged up there. Someone's had an accident.
Yeah, but I just like you're in the ether, like waddling, and then someone's like, and then you're still waddling. You're still like kind of waddling. It's like, oh, sorry. There's like,
yeah, because like, where are you when you're traveling by Floo? You're in the ether. You're literally, because it happens instantly. It seems.
Yeah.
So how could there be traffic?
You're like, oh, you're all just flailing in a row. Sorry, guys. I'll just be a minute.
Yeah, sorry, guys. It's all clogged up. You got to start using poo powder.
Well, because of this, a new form of travel had been invented.
Okay.
Which was called Poo Powder. Poo Powder was pretty simple to use. Basically, you could buy it for 1 sickle at the wizard markets. And you stand in a toilet and throw poo powder in while saying the name of the toilet in the place you want to go, while doing a karate chop motion and spinning around.
So if I wanted to poo powder, demonstrate for us.
Well, I'm just thinking, okay, so you've got to stand in the toilet.
Yeah, so your feet are all wet.
And then
where are you going?
Well, I'm going to go to the
Princess Theatre in Melbourne.
The Princess Theatre toilets.
Yeah, to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
So I've got my poo powder.
Yep.
And I go, the Princess Theatre toilets, and throw that down, but then I have to throw it down and then karate chop.
No, I think it says you have to, you do the karate chop, yeah.
But you have to, so do you throw it down? Maybe throw down with one hand, maybe with my left hand I throw, and my right hand I karate chop.
And then you spin around. So you have to do a 360, I guess. Is that what it's saying? Yeah. So Sam's doing it for the video viewers up on the YouTube.
I suppose maybe in the comical way when people flush toilets and you're in a toilet, you'd spin around anyway.
You spin around automatically.
It doesn't mention flushing.
Okay, interesting. So I wonder what poo powder is made of, or do we know? It's just powdered poo.
Powdered poo. You'd imagine with maybe a little bit of something else in there.
Maybe some wee gets in.
Yeah.
I mean, if Harry, Floo Powder's green, but based on what we found out last week, Harry's poo powder would also be green because his poo is green. Oh, God.
The boys all stood in the toilet, and one by one they said, Diagon Alley toilet.
Which implies there's only one toilet in Diagon
Alley. As they threw the powder in one by one, they were flushed down into the toilet and transported to Diagon Alley's toilets.
Cool.
Okay, great. Well, it all checks out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with this.
Yeah. Okay, your turn, Lachy, said Michael, who was going last. I like that. I'm going to go, guys, I'm going last. I'm definitely going last for some reason. Yep, said Lachy. He stood in the toilet and said, Diagon Alley, very clearly, with no possibility that it could sound like anything else. But instead of doing
so
it...
that's referring to how, in Chamber of Secrets.
Diagonally,
and he goes to Nocturne Alley.
So annoying.
Well, you'd think, like, because does that mean if you said up, you'd go just up one chimney? Like,
because what... Yeah, like what...
Down.
Why did he... Sorry, why... Yeah, actually, why did he end up in Nocturne Alley?
Because I think it's like he ended up diagonally from where the burrow was. That's what I always thought. He went diagonally instead of straight to Diagon Alley. But why would he?
But why would what? But what? So
hey, you know what? I think this is a Harry Potter.
I think it is. Because what? Why? Because he completely fucked up what he said.
Yeah, diagonally.
Yeah, but then he happened to be like, oh, Lachy was only 20 meters down the road.
Just by coincidence.
He was just literally in the next street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm done with these books. Yeah, Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling, close your loopholes.
Yeah, I can excuse everything else she's done. But this is where I draw the line.
Worst.
I'm just joking. Okay, so he said it clearly, but instead of doing a karate chop and then spinning around, he spun around first and then did a karate chop.
Ah, what an idiot. You know you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, like it's a clear order of events.
Yeah. So he's done it the wrong way round.
Uh-oh, said Lachy. The toilet began to shake violently, and the water began spurting out. Then it sucked in both Michael and Lachy.
Wow. This is some dark magic.
Who travelled through the pipe network. Michael would be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I keep on swearing. Is that all right?
That's fine, yeah. The pipe network I like as well. So they're actually going through plumbing.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
That actually makes more sense than the fireplaces.
Yeah, because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Up into the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows? Santa Claus probably uses Floo.
True.
Yeah. That's actually, I can't believe she didn't do that.
Yeah, like Santa is just a wizard.
Yeah. And he's using Floo Powder.
And a time turner.
There's actually no sleigh.
He could have Floo Powder and a time turner.
Yep. He's the only wizard allowed it.
Yep. You know what? Write that in. You don't mind if I change this?
They have to write in what we just said. Hey guys, I had this great idea.
And I'll add it in. You don't mind if I change the book, do you?
No, change it. Whatever. It's a working Word document, so.
I know it's. So when they emerged on the other side, they definitely weren't in the Diagon Alley toilets. They were somewhere they had never been before. Where are we? Said Lachy. I don't know, said Michael. But this is definitely what happens when you spin before you karate chop, Lachy. That's day one at Poo Powder school. Didn't your parents ever send you there?
Does he say that?
Yeah. Didn't your parents ever send you to Poo Powder school?
I love that you go to Poo Powder school. It's a year-long course. All these kids are spinning, then karate chopping. No! Karate chop first, guys. That's important.
Oh, it's Poo Powder 101. Come on, back to the rules.
Like, what could day 2 of Poo Powder school possibly be? It seems so easy.
Come on, they're pointing to the rules. Come on, rule 1, stand in the toilet. Rule 2, always be holding your poo powder. Rule 3, don't eat the poo powder. I shouldn't need to say that again. Come on, Michael. Yeah. Rule 1, don't eat it. God. Yeah. Didn't your parents ever send you? I'm adopted, said Lachy.
And that is interesting. Because remember in
we're laughing, but we're learning. Right
so almost like we're in the Freaky Fridalis chart. I like that because in the first book it actually said Lachy was adopted and there was no context, but it seems like something's definitely happening around Lachy and Gemini. So let's keep an eye on that.
The boys emerged from the toilets and looked around at the creepy dark room they were in. It looked like some kind of shop, kind of like in
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. Quickly though, they had to hide behind something because somebody very familiar had just walked in the door. Oh, and that's the end of the chapter.
That's the end of the chapter. Oh, okay. Wow.
So that is very...
That's a good little cliffhanger for chapter 3. Make a prediction. Who do you reckon it is? Because in Chamber of Secrets, when this happens to Harry, it's Malfoy and his dad.
Yeah.
So could it be Mailboy and Mailman to echo that?
Oh, that would be clever.
Yeah, or is it just Voldemort out in the open?
That would be clever, so I'm going to assume that didn't happen. I'm assuming it's not that. It'll be like, who walked in?
Hagrid.
It'll be Hagrid.
You better go to Diagon Alley now. Okay.
Yeah, oh, that is very mysterious. Okay.
So a couple things on this I want to raise.
Yes.
So far in this book, just based on this chapter really, it does seem to be following Chamber of Secrets plot very closely, but it is called the Teen Wizard Tournament, which does very much echo Goblet of Fire's plot.
So
who knows what's going to happen?
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Well,
and how many of these books did you write?
7. So there's one technically.
So how are you calling this one the Teen Wizard Tournament? But you've seriously got a 4th book.
Yeah.
That is not going to.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, who knows what's going to happen in this? It's interesting, isn't it?
You should know, but you don't.
I don't remember though. It was literally like, you got me thinking before. It was actually 15 years ago, which is crazy.
You're so old.
I know. Well,
Loser.
You're older than me. You're actually older than me.
Well, it doesn't matter.
What do you think of that chapter? Where do you sit on that?
I liked it. You know what I didn't like? There were no references to the Nutty Professor.
No boob sighting.
And no boobs. And I actually didn't look up the Nutty Professor plot or...
Oh, let's do it right now. Can you do it right now?
Yeah.
Find out who wrote the Nutty Professor.
Using your laptop. So this...
Could be some...
Pornography. No, it's not.
Can I tell this funny story from school while you search it up?
Yes.
So... Once at high school, we had to, you know how they had the main, oh, are you okay?
Yeah, well, I just saw that, so the Nutty Professor 1996 on IMDb, but then there's also another option, the Nutty Professor 1963.
Yeah, it's based on a previous movie. Eddie Murphy's one is based on a previous movie.
Wow.
Maybe we should watch that one.
We could watch both of them.
Nah, I don't need to watch the Eddie Murphy one again.
Okay.
Who wrote it?
It won an Oscar.
Okay. What Oscar did it win? 10 wins.
Oh.
Won one Oscar, 10 other awards. Wow. Surely not Best Picture.
Best makeup.
Well, I'll tell you, that award sounds made up.
Hey, that's good.
And who was the writer? Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis for the 1963 one.
So it was David Sheffield was the writer. So there you go.
Well, Mr. Sheffield.
How do you feel the plot is developing here?
With the Nutty Professor.
Read the Nutty Professor storyline, see if we echo it.
Brilliant and obese scientist Sherman Clump invents a miraculous weight loss solution. After a date with chemistry student Carla Purty goes badly, a depressed Clump tries the solution himself. Though he instantly loses 250 pounds, the side effects include a second personality, an obnoxious self-assertive braggart who calls himself Buddy Love.
I remember that.
Buddy proves more popular than Sherman, but his arrogance and bad behaviour quickly spiral out of control.
There you go.
Now, I actually mixed this movie up with Dr. Dolittle. And I was like, now when...
was Eddie Murphy Dr. Dolittle as well? I think he was.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't.
If we're wrong, we're deleting that.
No, I think he was. Robert Downey Jr. was recently. Yeah, Eddie Murphy was Dr. Dolittle.
I knew it.
In 1998. Oh, no. So Dr. Dolittle's the one where he can talk to animals. Nutty Professor's the one where he turns into Buddy Love, and he's the big fat scientist.
I mean, do we think, and then, so this, Dr. Dolittle was 1998.
Yeah.
And the Nutty Professor was 1996. Do we think he was maybe what do you call it? A professor.
An idiotist. Oh, sorry.
He was a professor then.
Yeah.
And he does the whole plot of that, and then he goes, look, I'm going to go back to medical school.
Yeah.
Finish it off.
Yeah.
And become a veterinary expert.
Possibly. You never really know.
But I was reading that plot of
Eddie Murphy also played a talking donkey at some point. Dr. Dolittle could probably talk to it.
Yeah. Okay, there's a link there. I was reading this plot synopsis and thinking, when does the part where he talks to animals?
All right, we don't know where the book's No sorries. We don't know where the book's going. We have a nice little cliffhanger
but we sure know where it's been.
We sure know where it's been, the previous 3 chapters and the book before. Awesome stuff.
Mike, I'm loving being back in the pod. So
awesome.
Thank you.
For jumping
thanks
on.
to the listeners as well.
Patreon.com/Radio Mike to support the show. RadioMikePod@gmail.com. Get in touch. Or radio.mike on Insta. Sam Garlepp on Insta. What's your Comedy Fest show?
Oh, yep, Melbourne International Comedy Festival. It's called Sam Garlepp. You'll like this one.
Nice.
Tickets on sale now.
Wait, do you just go comedyfestival.com.au?
Yep.
Yep, check it out. Get tickets. I saw Sam's
Google
show
it.
last year. It was really good.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks for coming. And just, yeah, people want to come. I've actually wrote the stuff and perform it rather than just making up what I'm saying now.
And Sam will sign your boobs.
And I'll sign, guys, I will sign your boobs free of charge. And Mike will be there every night.
Signing
boobs. He's always there. That's why I got the venue.
Guys, goodbye, Hamoras. We will see you next week. And for the Owl Post this weekend, thank you very much.
Knox.
This episode of Harry Potter and the Boys was brought to you by Radio Mike on Patreon and the 20th Century Boy podcast. For as little as $1 a month, get a bonus podcast every week at patreon.com/Radio Mike. And search 20th Century Boy on your favorite podcast app to hear more from me every single week. See you there. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.